Hello, time for another little update. Been working on various things, but this is something that's finished, so I thought it's probably time to put it up. Um, these are, as you can very obviously see, French Napoleonic voltigeurs. Got them for a game called Forager. Don't know if anyone's heard of it. It came out, well, I don't know, a couple of years ago maybe. It was kickstarted, I think, and it came with, well, I think you get up to 4 different factions with the game. It's a very small game. You're playing with sort of half a dozen figures per side, so it makes for a different kind of game. It's obviously a skirmish sort of thing. Um, your little squads running around. The guy at the club got the Kickstarter when it was first released, and he got some 40 mil Perry figures and did those up. And we had a couple of really good games at the club with it. I really liked it. I didn't bother kickstarting it at the time because and by the time I sort of played it, it was a bit too late. And then on eBay a few weeks ago now, I saw the book was up for sale along with all 4 factions at a really good price. So I bought it. So that leads us to this really. There's 4 factions there were 4 factions available, and I picked them all up as part of the deal I got. There's British and French, obviously, and also some Portuguese and some Spanish. I've done the British and French now, so I can play a game. The Portuguese and Spanish I will get to, and I'll show you in a moment, but they are absolutely beautiful figures. Some of the best figures I've ever painted, I think. They really are. I'm not sure who made them, and I'm not sure if they're available anywhere else other than through this Kickstarter. So I can't. If you like them and want them, which I would fully understand, I couldn't necessarily point you in the right direction. But the game was called Forager. So if you did some googling, you might deep googling, you might be able to find something. I'll stick a few pictures up at the end as well. Maybe a picture of the front of the book so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's a very small level skirmish game. Set around, so it's obviously quite granular in its detail. You know, when someone gets hit, they get wounded, and you roll to see what the wound is, and so it's a lot more granular than you'd have with a game with units, that kind of thing. One of the options in there that amuses me is one of the things, if you get hit, you sort of roll to see what the damage is, and one of the options is your guy can be shot in the taters, which sounds quite painful, but I don't think it's necessarily terminal. But yeah. So it's a fun little game. We played a couple of games at the club, really enjoyed it. So I didn't particularly plan to get it, but when I saw it on eBay for, as I say, a really good price, I couldn't say no really. And nobody else bid on it either, which was good for me, I suppose. Not so good for the bloke selling it, but obviously he didn't want it, so hopefully I'll be able to make good use of it. Anyway, yeah. So these are the French. As I say, they're absolutely amazing figures. The detail on them is great. The poses on them are fantastic. They've got a really good campaign look to them as well. There's lots of patches and holes in things. You know, this guy's got a patch on his knee. There's some sort of patches on the arms as well on some of them. But there's this guy. Oh yeah, there's a big hole in his trousers. So they really have been through the wars, these guys, and I really like the character to them. Yeah, very nice. And so the poses are great. They're big chunky things. Paint really nicely, good detail. So some of those figures that sort of paint themselves, which are a real treat to do sometimes. I will put some stills up again at the end as well. Got a guy running there. Obligatory guy firing. Yeah, again, big patch on his knee. Yeah, just really, really lovely figures and great to paint. Really enjoyed doing them. The only one that's in a slightly weird pose is this guy. He looks like he's leading a chorus in a musical or something. Very strange, but again, a lovely figure to paint. Just a bit over the top the pose perhaps, but yeah, no, beautiful, beautiful figures. So I really enjoyed doing those. They're a really nice little distraction for a couple of days. I've got the British as well. I'll put those up next because they're just as nice, to be honest. Yeah, and these are the Brits. Again, as I say, 6 aside, so not a lot of painting to do, but a really nice game out of it. I've based them up on 2 pennies and put the officers on octagons, I think 8-sided. Ideal for sharp practice if I want to use them for that, which I may or may not do, but just sort of give myself the option. Or yeah, obviously use them for the game they're intended for. But yeah, British Light Infantry, so you've got sort of a sergeant guy there. The officer. Again, really good campaign look. You got the guy firing the patch on his knee. This was a bit weird. He had a little piglet in his rucksack. I assume he's picked that up from somewhere, and that's dinner later on. I think it looks like it's probably still meant to be alive, which is a bit weird. Maybe it's a pet, who knows? But yeah, he's carrying it around anyway, so my guess is it'll get eaten before too long. And then yeah, there's a couple more. So we'll put some stills up at the end as well. But yeah, some nice poses. Guy full run. Another one running with his cap on. Again, big patch on his elbow. Just really nice figures. They just painted themselves, to be honest. And then quite like this guy's pose actually. He's yeah, he's making his point by the looks of things, telling somebody something. So yeah, nice figures. So looking forward to some games. Obviously, down in Kent, we're tier 3 under these new restrictions, so I don't know when I'll actually get to play a game. I might be able to persuade my wife to have a knock around in the garage if I'm lucky. But yeah, we'll see. But they're ready and good to go. As I say, I do know a guy at the club who's got it and likes it, so I definitely should be able to get some games when we can get that going. If I can get it done before, then even better. But we'll see. But yeah, and I've got the Portuguese and French as well. I haven't got the figures to hand, but as I say, they're not painted yet. But they're equally lovely figures. Some amazing poses. There's the Spanish priest with a blunderbuss is one of my favourites. I definitely will paint them because they're very nice. So yeah, that's these really. Still pushing away on the Parthians as well. I'm trying to batch paint 32 horse archers at the moment, so I won't give you a progress update at this stage because there's not a lot to see. Just working on the horses, but as and when I get to the end, then I will put those up. Also, I bought the. I've seen a couple of people on here have bought it, and it's kind of drove me into doing it myself. The Dead Man's Hand starter set. I think Dom had it, and I think Anthony Granapriego picked it up as well. So yeah, I kind of, as soon as I heard about that, I thought that's interesting. That's the kind of thing again we could potentially do at home. So for small figure count as well. So that's been good. What I didn't think was I didn't think of, but obviously it was going to be necessary. I had to buy a bit of Wild West terrain for that as well. But yeah, I'm working my way through the Cowboys at the moment. So again, when they're done, I'll put those up. So yeah, all ticking along here. Just pushing on, sort of darting around a little bit like a butterfly, to be honest. But that's kind of keeps the motivation going. So I think that's worth doing. Rather than trying to force myself to paint something I'm not feeling at any particular time, I should just concentrate on what I'm enjoying, I think. As I say, I've got this game, I've got enough now to get this game to the table, and yeah, doing a few Cowboys and some Parthians in the background, it's all going along. So yeah, that's probably me, not a lot else to say, so I'll put a few stills up, but other than that, yeah, over and out, I guess. Thanks for watching, subscribing, everything else. And thanks for the videos you're making, really enjoying them. So look after yourselves, all the best, and take care. Thanks very much.